So I think this is an important point to explain. You've delineated the difference between digital money and electronic dollars. You've talked about a distinction, an important distinction between electronic tools and digital tools. How can we put a point on that? What is, this seems like an important distinction to draw. How would you make that more relatable?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this isn't, just a DeLand Cuso or John Ungerland delineation or concept. If bankers want evidence that electronic dollars are different from digital dollars and digital assets, they don't need to look any further than the Federal Reserve talking about this. So the Federal Reserve acknowledges that there's an entire existing banking system that is, e-dollars, electronic dollars, primarily moved through the NACHA system and settled back to, these electronic repositories of dollars at these FIs, their cores. That is very different than what is being discussed globally at almost every central bank on the planet, this idea of a central bank digital currency. Which would be an entirely different architecture and technology structure or technology stack than the existing electronic dollar and electronic transaction system. Our current electronic dollar is primarily geared towards transactions. In fact, any banker listening would probably say, yeah, more precisely, debits and credits, right? So that's what we do in the electronic dollar world. We do debits and credits. In the digital asset and digital currency space, we're going to see, payments and transactions and deposits and loans, but we're also going to see smart contracts and ownership of physical assets and non-fungible pieces of artwork and electronic or digital records distributed around the planet that prove ownership of particular pieces of property, right? And there won't be any central, the current architecture at least, doesn't rely upon centralized institutions to control that information. So there's a huge distinction there, that we've got an entire world of digital assets and digital money emerging that doesn't rely upon the centralized institutional processing and movement of files and data that's over here. Again, not our concept. This is being discussed at the Fed and the ECB and all kinds of, geeky cryptocurrency boards and whatnot. But it is a very important distinction, the distinction between the electronic dollar and the digital asset, for our industry to grasp. Because if we want to move into these digital realms and serve these digital communities, electronic tools and electronic transactions aren't going to suffice. Nobody really succeeded at making the check the primary, method of payment on the internet. We're not going to succeed in making, our electronic tools of today the primary methods of finance and commerce in a digital realm like the metaverse.
So to put it directly, I mean, DeLand is working on that transition from the electronic era to the digital era.
Yeah, we are anticipating it and doing a few very exciting projects to ensure that our clients can make that transition and our clients can pursue those differentiating strategies.
Awesome.